Well, good afternoon, SLAE family. We are going to have a blast today for sure. I'm so thrilled to be here with our special guest today. And if you are feeling the spring season and wanting to experience your home being beautiful, whether it's for yourself or you're putting it on the market or a million other reasons, you're going to love this woman today. And by the way, if you like gardening, do not miss the end of this interview. I'm just saying. Anyway, today we are blessed to have a special guest, Erica Martin, and she is the founder of Staging Solutions. And before we do anything else, I will tell you she is a mom of two, and today's her birthday. So happy birthday. And I can't believe you're giving us a few minutes of time on your birthday, Erica. Thank you for being here.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So excited. So you have a staging company now. You know, some people are really familiar with that, and some people have no idea what a staging company is. So can you take a minute and just share with everybody what it is that you do, please?
Yeah, so the definition I like to use to describe staging is what we do is prepare your home for the market to sell it in the least amount of time for the most price. And the definition that most people will probably relate to is a model home. When you walk into an apartment or a house and you see that there's furniture in it, that's done by a home staging company like myself.
Excellent. Now, you came from property management. Can you tell everybody how you kind of went off into this trail and became an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so I was working in I've been working in property management for over 15 years. And in my career, I started out as a leasing agent, and I would be showing the properties, and I would have to convince people that the room could fit a queen size bed or could fit a sectional, and they wouldn't really understand it, me verbally telling them. So one day I had like extra furniture. Who has extra furniture? A crazy person. And I decided to put the furniture in the room. At the time, I didn't know it was called staging. I just compared it to model homes. I was like, I can bake this bed up. I can show people that it can fit a queen size bed. I was actually trying to prove myself right. So then from there, I showed the house when it was it had a queen size bed, the furniture was in the living room, everything. It was completely furnished. And the next showing I did, the person, they rented it, they wanted to sign a lease right away. And I was like, oh, wow, this is so helpful. So now I don't have to do any more showings. So from then on, I just kind of took a dive into the career, discovering what it was about, going to go get my certification in staging. And from there, the rest is history.
And you do that full time now?
Yes, I do staging full time now, and I'm so excited about it.
Excellent. So let's talk about the different kinds of staging. You just talked about that. What are different instances? I know you do things with Airbnbs and all kinds of things. Share with everybody what it is. What are some of the clients or some of the needs that you meet?
Yeah, so our particular company has a variety of different ways that we can service many different clients. For instance, there would be the traditional staging, which would be the real estate staging. So that would be an instance where an agent would typically contact me, introduce me to the homeowner, and that say their house and wanted to get their house ready for the market. So that could be in the traditional staging, there could be occupied staging, or there could be vacant staging. We typically specialize in vacant staging, in which the client completely moves out of the house and we completely redo the house. So some of those services in that traditional staging, we help with the paint selection. We coordinate the painting for the client. We do the cleaning for them.
Cleaning too.
Yep, because I don't want to put my furniture in dirty houses. So we make sure that it's clean. And then we, if the client wanted it, we can prepare it broom swept again for when we move out. Because when you're in stage, that really came about during COVID, because there would be showings and we wanted to make sure that it was sanitary before the next person got the price. So that's one area of our staging, is the traditional method. We also do staging to live, in which you could live in an apartment or a house or anything, and you just need help with rearranging the things that you have, or you might want to add new things. So we do consultations, and they could be virtual or they could be in person, where we come to your space and we help you redesign it. So that's more of a customer touch. And staging is for the masses. And then there is, we also offer landscape services with our staging. And we also offer professional photography with our staging. as well.
Okay, so I got a couple questions. All right. So for somebody, it's almost like you're doing you're doing staging and almost a little bit of interior decorating for people as well. So
Yeah.
if they're not moving or putting their house on the market, but they just kind of want a refresher, or they feel like they're not using the space well, or it doesn't pop for them, do you help them with rearranging or colors or furniture or all of that?
Yes, yes, I was certified in color selection. So we have that. We have a really great partnership with Sherwin-Williams. So we get a really good discount. So it's nice. It's kind of like it pays for itself when you use a professional person to get you this. So we definitely, that's kind of our niche in the market, is that we offer staging with an interior design touch. So all of our projects are never the same, and we really customize them, even though they're staging. So yes.
And your website's beautiful. We should plug your website because it's really nice. And can you share your website?
Yes, it's www.staging-solutions.com.
So you got to get that little hyphen in the middle, staging-solutions.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now talk about Airbnbs. What do you do with those?
Yeah, so for Airbnb clients, they help us. A lot of time, they're mostly investors who do the Airbnbs, or it might be a student or something that needs help. House hacking is what they call it. So we will be commission to help them select the furniture. We help them select furniture that is sturdy, that's durable, that is trendy, and looks good. So it has to meet all those qualifications. And then by working with us, they can use some of our bulk discounts. So we have preferred vendor accounts, and they could get it wholesale with some of our trade vendors working with us. So we would select their furniture, organize it. Like, they might not be home. We might have it all come to our warehouse, and then we might deliver it, set it up, ready, get it photographed for them, send them the listing photos, and then they post it to whatever site they want. Airbnb, there's a travel nurse. We just did a recent client who had a travel nurse, and we helped her with, I'm like, I know the demographics of travel nurse. They like blackout curtains, like they might work at night. So we help them with that because of my 15 years in property management. I'm really good about demographics too. So they could say, I want to rent to students, or I want to rent to older people, or, I want to rent to whatever it is. And we just make sure that we tailor the staging and the design to that client.
That's remarkable. Absolutely remarkable.
Yeah.
And you've done, I've seen you had some neutral things, and then I saw some of your social media and it was like yellow and purple. You got all kinds of different things cooking over there.
Yeah, we definitely have a wide variety of design styles, because we know that we service different clients, and we want to be able to offer that. My favorite style is definitely minimalist. So I tend to err to the neutral sides when it's the traditional staging, but with the Airbnb, we can be very funky because that helps the house stand out.
Yeah, it makes it pop and look a little bit different. Now, with all of that, one of the things that was fascinating, because I'm familiar with staging, and you do beautiful work when I've seen the things that you've done, but you do something that I thought was really wild, because to say that you have a green thumb would be a monstrous understatement. So you really get involved in the outside part of this as well, staging outside. Can you talk about that? What you do and the impact it has?
So everyone goes to a house, and it starts from the outside, and that's my biggest concern. Like, as soon as you pull up to that, it could be the street, it could be the neighbor, all that plays an impact on how you view that particular house. And we can't control the neighbor, we can't control the street, but we can control how you feel once you're on that property. And landscaping is such a remarkable tool to do that with, because you can literally shift the dynamics of what's around you. Like, if you don't want a neighbor, you could have a privacy screen. If you don't want this, you could add some, if you like modern looks, you could add a lot of boxwood. So we we also have a staging for, it's not, I wouldn't say staging because it's permanent, but the landscape service, where we make sure that the curb appeal for that house, whether you're marketing it or whether it's something you want to stay in there, that it is one that aligns with what the customer would like. So that's one of my favorite parts about staging, actually, is the landscaping part.
It's interesting because I've been around people who are staging a house. We know a lot of people that rehab properties, but they usually just throw a couple shrubs out there and like kind of call it a day. And when you and I were talking, I got to peek, and we will show all of you, so do not miss this in a few minutes. Yeah. We got to peek at what you had done where you currently live. And I thought, holy smokes, if I pulled up there, I'd want to buy the house, and I would just hope, please God, let the inside be okay, because the outside's a knockout. And it's really interesting to do something so beautiful and dramatic that the person already loves the property before they open the front door.
Yeah, that's one thing. Once the person starts to have a lot of boxes to check, they're like, oh, I like that. And when you get a lot of positive momentum going, that's what we want to do. We want to say, yes, that looks good. That looks good. That looks good. And then it just helps them. It kind of sticks with you. When the house rubs you the wrong way, or if it's negative, you're just like, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It's not even a contender. But let's say the landscaping was great and then the staging was great, but you didn't like the fact that it had a separate kitchen from a bathroom. The positives are already outweighing the negatives on that space, and you would consider it maybe, and it wasn't something that was necessarily something that meted your quote unquote checklist, because of all the things that were curated to help you say yes to the space.
Yeah, it's funny. We were house hunting recently. We just actually bought a new home, and there was one place we went to, and I never thought about this till I started talking to you, because it just kind of, things go in subconsciously. But we pulled up to the house, and as we're walking up to the front door, I was like, wow, the landscaping, it was like not happening. I mean, it looked kind of neglected, and there was stuff was messed up, and there were weeds, and some of the flowers looked like they had seen their last life. And then the steps, like one of the steps was cracked. And before I got in the house, what went on in my mind was, whoa, I bet the inside of this place is not taken care of. And I never really stopped and thought about the impact that we did not buy that house, but I never thought about the impact. I just kind of noticed it. And then we went inside and looked at whatever. And then I was like, okay, somebody's got to fix all the front of this too, because why would you buy a beautiful home and have the outside? But I never thought about, until I saw your property, what it is like to see something just beautiful. And I go ahead, please. I'm just
no. I was just going to say, presentation matters. Like if someone showed you that property and they're saying this is what you're paying, like houses are not a small purchase. And so even if you go to a restaurant, they are packaging it up nice in a nice box. Why would you not package up your property and deliver it to me in a nice purchase? It really matters, because you start wondering, oh, if you see flowers, you're like, okay, well, somebody's here, someone's taking care of something, and with us being the staging, like while that house is under contract, we're coming, we're checking, we're making sure it still looks good through those things, because it's not only just the listing. Then the appraiser comes, and he or she might see that it looks nice. The home inspector comes, all that stuff plays a factor into how the house sells. Some people will tell you different, but I will tell you, those are regular people coming to look at this property, and that will affect them as well.
So you're certified in staging and everything, but you happen to be a wild, passionate gardener. So you do the furniture, you do the paint, you do rearranging everything, you stage the inside of the house, but the gardening thing that you add to it is something that you love doing, correct?
Yes, gardening is a passion of mine.
And can you tell everybody how many tulips are on your property?
Well, 4,000. So 1,000 in the front, and then 3,000 in the back. A lot of which have bloomed out now, but it's still a nice show.
And you've actually timed it, all you garden people, even if you're not in staging, you just got to love this. You've timed the seasonal growth so that you have a constant flow, correct?
Yeah, so the way tulip bulbs bloom, they have an early blooming, mid blooming, and a late blooming. So we actually did it kind of the way my path grows. So in the front, I did the early, in the middle, I did the mid, and then at the back end of the path, I did the late, it was fun.
Wow, it's amazing. So, and you do all that while you run a company and have 2 boys. Who wouldn't have time to put 4,000 tulips down? Why not?
Yeah, and before, a little while ago, I was working a full-time job.
Oh my gosh. So if somebody sees this, whether they're putting their house on the market, or they're doing an Airbnb, or they just want a consultation to freshen up their apartment, their home, or their exterior or interior, whatever it is, they can reach you. Tell them all the different ways, because you do virtual, even though you live in Maryland, they could contact you from anywhere, correct?
Yeah, you can contact me from anywhere. I have a website at www.staging-solutions.com. There we have a contact us. You can reach out to us there. We are also on Instagram under the same name, staging-solutions2. And we have, that's about it, I think.
Well, and also if anybody's watching this in the Facebook group, you are now in the Facebook group, so they can go ahead and message you there as well.
Yeah, and they can send me an email at erica@staging-solutions.com.
Okay, we'll post all that. And if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll post it all in the comments too, so you know how to reach Erica if you would like to. And your consultations are very inexpensive. If someone's not looking to put their house on the market, they just want a little bit of fun, you do that too.
Yeah, they're very reasonable. I always find it's very helpful just to bounce your ideas off of someone who's subjective. Like they don't have to tell you yes because that's what you want to hear. It's just nice. And like I said, the basically a professional opinion kind of pays for itself when you learn an information or something that you didn't know that ends up saving you money. So yes.
So Erica, in our world here at SLAE, you're always 29. So happy 29th birthday today.
Yes, thank you.
Until you're my age. Now I'm always 35 for a little while. I
can do 35 for a minute.
So what I'd like to do is, before we wrap up today, I would love it if you would show us the front 1,000, and then could you sneak us around the back and let us see how you staged the exterior of your own home, because it's gorgeous. If that would be okay. So we'll go for a little walk. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm on my laptop though, so I might not be able to see it. So you have to let me know if it's in view.
No problem. I'm going to let you know. Okay. Yes. These are the front 1,000, the white tulips everywhere.
So let me see this. Bring it down.
Look at that. Hey, for a side hustle, you can have your own florist in the back too. You know?
So this is the
gorgeous.
So this bed had 500 in there, and then I'll swing around to the other side.
Look at that. Oh my God, it's breathtaking.
And then there's some on the front porch, which is on the front side of the hill.
Beautiful. And then if you could keep going, I want them to see the back too, because that blew my mind even more than the front.
Okay, we're going. And keep in mind, a lot of these are out of bloom now. But let me swing around so I can jump to the back.
Yes. So we're going on a birthday flower tour. It's wonderful. And if you like her tulips, you should see what she does to the inside of your houses. It's crazy. Talented woman.
The tulips are new for me. I've been doing the inside for a while. Alrighty, let's see if we can get down.
Oh my goodness. Look at the colors too. And you have other things too that bloom at different times of year, hydrangea and all kinds of things, correct?
Yeah, I make sure I time it because I need a show all the time.
But you know what? A lot of people don't realize you can do that you can actually plant things so that there's constantly something new and colorful coming up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Erica, thank you so much for your personal tour. And if you are watching this and you're a real estate investor or a real estate agent, or you just want to get a little, zhuzhing of your own place, Erica is wonderful, great personality here on her birthday. Can't ask for more than that. So thank you so much for your time, energy, and all the fun you're bringing to us.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
And next week, we'll be back again live on Tuesday, and we will have an unbelievable opportunity for you to learn about a personal development course that can change the entire direction of your life. I was introduced to this course, gosh, I don't want to say how old I am, probably about 30 years ago. And I will tell you personally, it changed my marriage, it changed my career, and it has led to a life I'm so incredibly grateful for. And I've been looking for quite a while to find the perfect person to share this. So we have, yes, a female leader who will be sharing this awesome course with you next weekend. And just by listening to her, whether you engage in the course or not, you will take away points and distinctions that will really improve your quality of life. So make sure you tune in next Tuesday. Happy birthday, Erica, and we'll see you all. Have a great day.